Welcome to the day 3 session. Can you hear me and can you see? Hi. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So this session is a free session again, and purpose of this session is to start with the chapter 1, which is primarily focusing on K1 concepts of ISTQB. So anyone new who joined this session who hasn't gone through the old videos? Please let me know. I'll just give a brief of K1 again. Okay. Hey, and oh, hi. So, okay. So, if you haven't seen the old videos, I'll just give a glimpse of what is this K concepts actually. So, ISTQB is divided into 4 parts. I mean, the foundation level has questions based on 4 knowledge levels. Okay. K1, K2, K3, and K4. Okay. So K1 tests your the glossary or the concepts, the understanding about the testing concepts, knowledge of testing concepts, not concepts exactly, the terminologies. Okay. This tests your understanding, and this will test your application, and this tests your how do you analyze situations in testing. Okay. So now we will start with K1. So in this session we'll be discussing about the various the high level, what do you say, the concepts in or the terminologies that we generally use in testing. Okay. It might take another day of session, and we might have missed, we might not have covered all the terminologies that will be used, but whatever are required, whatever are most widely used, those we will be letting you in the session. We will also share you the document where you can go and look into it, and in case of any concerns or if you didn't understand anything, just let us know in the next class, and we will be happy to assist you. Okay. So from my past experience and whatever is my understanding, uh, I'll let you know the concepts or the terminologies in this session. Okay. So coming back. So first and foremost, testing. What is the what is the definition? Any idea? What's the definition as by what is that it comes into mind when you say testing? Okay, quality of code. Okay, Pavani says quality of code. Hemalata says finding a defect. Anne says quality of code. Okay. Indu says is a process identifying the defects on the requirement. Okay. Make sure. Okay. Hemalata says make sure quality product is developed. Okay. Gopika says Testing is a process that helps to develop a product with quality and with minimal defects. Okay, so it's a process. Testing is a process. Okay, make sure product meets user requirement. Okay, check the product meets the needs of design document. Okay, or the user requirement. Okay, or the design document. Anything else? I want answers from all. I see 14 and I got answers from a few. Everyone's active participation is required. I'll tell you, testing is boring. Okay, it's more of concepts. This ISTQB session is more of theoretical part. Only at the last section or the last leg we will have the practicals. But that itself also is more of theory oriented. So in order to make it more interactive, I need everyone's participation. Okay, creating defect and identifying navigation issue log. Okay, okay, industry gave the correct answer. Validating and verifying software. Good. You gave it as the right concept one. Okay. Gopika testing can also be process said as process that helps in evaluation. Partly right. Evaluation process. Good. So if you see, we all have whatever definition we gave, right? All these points, one or the other way says that it results in quality product, right? So it is by word it is an adjective or it can be called as verb, right? So what we are doing is actually the definition, by definition it's a verb, which means you are doing an action. It measures the quality of the product by verifying the accuracy of the client need, both by design and performance on a high level. So to be precise, it validates and verifies the software that is being developed. Okay. Now there are multiple types of testing. On a high level, there are two types. One is black box testing and white box testing. So black box testing is verifying uh, Okay. So where were we? We were at black box and white box testing. Okay. Now tell me, when you are telling about software, what is the type of, what all areas that you will be testing? If you are asked to test, say suppose I gave you uh, a mobile. Okay. Let's do this way. Then we will try to come up with the concepts. So I have given you a mobile, and what are the area and what will you test when I give you a mobile? I need answers from all. Okay, display. All right. Whether we are able to take calls, make or take or make slash disconnect. Okay, calls. All right. Whether all the buttons are working. Okay. All right. Able to type. Okay. Switch on and off. Okay. The sound, battery check. Okay. Whether the features are working, whatever features mentioned are working fine or not. Okay. Okay. Camera. All right. Now let's take to one of these features. So let's take camera. Okay. So in camera, what will you test? What will you check? Okay. The first and foremost is pixel check. Okay. Whether we are able to take the photos or not. Okay. Whether we are able to do videos or not. Okay. Flashlight works. Okay. Add or delete photos slash videos. Okay. What's the quality of the picture? Okay. Okay. Now when I say about the quality of the picture, what will I check? How will I check? Yeah, right. So able to save the pictures or not? Okay, into the storage, brightness check, etc. Okay. Now when I am telling about the picture quality, how will I check? What is the definition that this particular picture is of good quality? Is there any definition for it? Yes, no, resolution, right. So resolution check will help the quality. Okay. Now, when the resolution is high, what would be the pixel? What should be the pixel? The pixel should be more. Okay. More pixels. All right. What else? The size will be more. Have you observed that anytime? Right. Now, this is one way of checking. Okay. The other way of verifying the picture quality is go to the settings and change the whatever pixels you want and see if it is giving good resolution. This is how you will test, right? This is what you will do actually. You will change the settings of the resolution and will get the correct picture. This is how you will be testing, right? So this type of testing, what you are doing the front end. Based on the front end, whatever you are seeing, you are testing based on whatever that is visible. Okay, so this is functional testing. So this type of testing is called as functional testing or black box testing. Whereas whereas there should be some mechanism, okay, in the camera which will change the resolution. So if I'm telling about resolution, what exactly will happen? I'm also not sure, but if someone who is a photographic freak, let me know what exactly happens there. So when I'm changing the resolution, what exactly happens in the camera? So the resolution is increased. So what happens to the functionality of the camera? I mean, in the sense, how does camera change its lens? What makes it to fetch a classic picture? Yeah, so how does it change? You all got the point? In the front end, I'm changing the resolution. I'm increasing the resolution. But what exactly happens in the camera because of which you will get a quality picture? Lens will be minimized. So if lens limit is minimized, will we get a quality picture? Then what happens? So lens will be maximized, right? So if I increase the resolution, the lens will be maximized. So what is it happening? This is what the actual camera works like, right? But for the normal user, it doesn't make any sense for us whether the lens will increase or lens will decrease. That doesn't make any sense. All that matters for us is whether I'm getting the quality picture or not, right? So now are you able to understand the difference between what exactly is happening and what is that showing in the front end, right? So testing is also like that. So if I verify the code that is written for the UI or database or for that matter any other application, then that sort of testing is called as white box testing. Okay, so to clear it, if you are verifying the code, it's white box testing. If you are verifying the functionality that is resulted or based on this code is called as black box testing. Understood? Any questions? Or do you want me to repeat again? Okay. Okay. So in this example, if I'm changing these settings, my picture quality is coming correct, right? I'm not worried whether the lens has been changed or not, or what is the backend that is happening, right? All that matters is for the lame person how the picture is coming. So that sort of testing is called as black box testing. Whereas in the backend, how does it change? Whether it's changing correctly or not, whether the lens has increased or decreased or not, that sort of testing is called as white box testing. Okay. Now, from the software testing perspective, do you all know? Let's take a web application. Okay, a web application will be developed either using Java or .NET. Okay, let's take Java only. Now, the condition is if the gender is male, the annotation in the full name should be Mr. Else it should be Miss. Okay, this is what the condition that is shown. So when I enter the name and gender, and when I click on OK button, my output should show based on this gender. Okay, so suppose my name is Mahesh, gender is male, my output should be Mr. Mahesh. Okay, so for this, what will you test? How will you test? I'll give name as Mahesh and gender as male. This should be the output. If I give name as Manasa and gender as female, the output should be Miss Manasa. If I give gender as nothing and name as Mahesh, then what it should show? How many of you say it's error? No. Warning. Okay. Fail. Fail. Okay. Defect. Okay. I want answers from all. Fail. Okay. How many of you say it is not a defect? Okay. I got one correct answer from Hemlata. It still says Miss Mahesh. Because if gender is male, annotation should be Mr. Else it should be Miss. Which means what will come in else? Gender as female and gender has no value. Then by default it should be Miss. Right? So this is my functional requirement. From the front end, if I don't give any gender here, it will come as Miss Mahesh. Is it correct? Technically, it is correct. Right? Right? So what you should say, what is the solution for it? Gender should have only male or female. It should not allow to take, it should not allow to keep a blank value in gender. Right? That's the solution. Right? So now how will I test it? I'll make sure the requirement is changed and the value should be coming as only male or female, no blank values, right? In the backend, okay, in the backend how it happens is these values come from database actually, database tables. So in database tables, table will be like this, gender table where you have gender ID, name, okay, so G1 male, G2 will be female. This is how it would be stored in database. Okay, now when I fetch the value here in gender in the UI, it takes the values from in this table. Now if I have a value G3 as null, okay, then I'll have a blank value here in the front end, or blank or null. Okay, in that case what happens as per our requirement, if I select blank or null, then I will have it as Miss Mahesh, which is wrong, right? So what should I do? I should go and remove this record in the database. or I should make gender column in the front end to take only male and female. This should be ruled out. So where will I do this? It should be done in the code that is written using Java for our application, right? So if you are testing that sort of way, if you are testing in that way, then that is called as white box testing. Now it is clear. All right. Indu, hope it answered your question as well. Yes. Okay. All right. So now this is what a black box and white box testing is all about. So when people ask you what's the difference between black box testing and white box testing, now you should be uh, uh, well, you should be enough. You should have enough confidence that you will be answering this way. Okay. Now in black box testing, we got multiple types. Okay. One, system testing, sanity testing, integration testing. These are the high level testers. Okay. And fourth, regression testing. And five is retesting. Okay. These are the five types of testing which are widely used under black box. There are other types which are used on a need basis, but any testing product will have these five types of testing. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, don't look into other types of testing and feel that hey, I missed it somewhere. I'll let you know how I will differentiate the other types of testing, okay, so that you will have a clear understanding what exactly is it. Now in black box site, system testing is nothing but the whole application. If I provide any input, how does it react? Okay, simple example is I got inbox page in Gmail inbox page. How will I come to this page? I hope everyone uses Gmail. Okay. So if that is the case, how do you navigate till Gmail inbox page? Okay. You log into gmail.com, then give valid credentials, and then navigate to landing page, and then in that you will click on inbox, right? So if I have to test this, what am I doing? I am going into the entire application, right? I am following some path. So when I say I verify whether the any of the email item has been deleted, what will you do? You will go to the inbox page, search for that mail item, and then click on delete button. Select the mail from the results, and then you will click on delete button. So it will ask whether it will ask for whether it will populate any button saying that do you want to delete it? Do you want to delete? That will be the message. Message will be shown. Message box will be shown. And then once you click on OK, it will go to delete folder, trash folder. Right? So my requirement is I want to delete a email. So what am I doing? I'm navigating to the entire path and then deleting. This is what I am testing from end to end. So your system testing is you give an input to your application or whatever is it, and if you're testing it, then that's called as system testing. All right. Now individual piece, if you're testing each, okay, that's your individual test case. So verifying whether the Gmail login is Gmail website is working on Chrome or Firefox or Mozilla or Internet Explorer. So that sort of, those are your general use cases. All right. So if you're testing a whole of it, the entire requirement, you can have these divided, right? So which means my actual requirement is verify if the deleted message is going to trash folder or not. So for that, what should I do? I should test all these, right? Gmail page, then valid credentials, then go to the inbox, then search for the email, delete them, right? So these are the activities that you are doing. So system testing is a set of all this, is a logical set of the workflow, right? If you are validating everything, then that becomes your system testing. All right. Now I'll go back directly to integration testing. So integration testing is verifying the workflow